Welcome to Bike the Drive 2022. Good morning, everyone. I am coming to you very early this morning from the city of Chicago, Illinois. It is at this point where we are going to ride the Bike the Drive 2022. It's an annual event here in Chicago where they close down Lakeshore Drive and have bikes only riding on the street. This event is not free. It's a charity event which goes towards bettering bike trails in Chicagoland. So we're starting right here from Butler Field on Jackson. Actually, we're right across from the Buckingham Fountain, which is right over here. So from this location, we're going to go about 7.5 miles up to Bryn Mawr, turn around, make our way back 7.5 miles down to where we're at here. And then the south stretch is right from here at Butler Field down to the Museum of Science and Industry, which is another 7.5 miles, and then come back up another 7.5 miles back to Butler Field. The total ride here is 30 miles, at which point, if you signed up for it, you can get yourself a medal.
There's a few more things you should know. For the admission, you get to bike on Lakeshore Drive, but also they offer rider support, rest areas with water, a large variety of snacks, and restrooms. And you also get a t-shirt. If you want to further support the organization, as I mentioned before, you could also pay for an optional add-on to get a 30-mile challenge medal. You can upgrade to VIP status for $50, and they also have a pancake breakfast for $12. Be aware that Bike the Drive operates on a very specific timetable, so make sure to get there early. If you're already familiar with Bike the Drive, you may be aware of the incident that happened last year.
The video is really unnerving, and we're able to see it because one cyclist had the camera on his bike recording at the time. That cyclist hopes police can find the driver and ticket her at the very least. Take a look at this disturbing video of a driver weaving around cyclists Sunday morning near McCormick Place during Chicago's Bike the Drive. Jeff Ulrich had a 360-degree camera mounted on his bike.
Oh, I was just completely shocked that there was a car. And not only that there was a car, but she was driving pretty fast. She was probably going at least 40 miles an hour or more. And then I noticed ahead of me, she was getting up right behind cyclists and weaving in and out like a slalom race or something.
Thankfully, no one got hurt, but for 2022, they've implemented a new emergency alert system with color-coded flags. They've also implemented a mass text messaging platform, so you could get immediate updates on your cell phone. I should also note that helmets are required. They also have professional photographers on the course. I'll show you where they were on this year's Bike the Drive so you have an idea of what to look for next year. Fullerton, Division, Maggie Daly Park, and just past the 41st Street Pedestrian Bridge. If you're looking for your picture on the website, be sure to check all 4 locations, because only one of the 4 locations got good pictures of us, and the one by the 41st Street Bridge didn't get our picture at all. Lastly, let's talk about parking. They offer special event pricing at the Millennium Lakeside Garage, which is right across from Butler Field. Now, when I have the bike rack attached to the car with our 2 big e-bikes, the last thing I want to do is park in a tight, cramped parking deck that may have really high angle ramps. So the best option I found was to park at the Adler Planetarium parking lot. They have an early bird special where if you get in there before 9:30 in the morning, it's only $12, and you could park there till midnight. If you're interested in learning more, I recommend you check out their website at bikethedrive.org. Now, let's get back to the starting line.
Riders, helmets, paddles, action, let's ride! Fifth Third Bike the Drive 2022 is rolling. Stay safe, have a blast. See you at the festival.
So we're going to go south first.
Woo! Woo! Thanks for coming. Enjoy the ride.
Okay, so 7.5 miles into the 30-mile journey. We are right here at the Museum of Science and Industry. This is where the southern end of Bike the Drive 2022. Got a bunch of free snacks and stuff. You have a bunch of porta potties this way and over here this way. So far, so good. We're looking forward to checking out the rest of the ride. Do you guys have water? All the way down that way?
Station at the end.
Awesome. Thank you.
It's more than that. Just help yourself, whatever you see.
Thank you. Wow, look at that thing.
All right, hold this. Hurry up.
Excuse me. All right, so we're good? Everybody good? Yeah. Here we go. Okay, so we are on our way north. We just left the Museum of Science and Industry at our first rest stop. We picked up our t-shirts. They had a huge variety of snacks and water, so that was very nice. We're going to make our way back to Butler Field, at which point we're going to stop again, another 7.5 miles. We'll stop, and then after that we're going to make our way north, stop at Bryn Mawr, 7.5 miles, then make our way 7.5 miles back. The thing I've learned so far about Bike the Drive is you really have to watch out for potholes. They actually texted us a list of potholes last night, so we'd have some heads up as to where they were. And when we were heading south, there was a guy pointing out potholes too, so that was useful. It looked like he was trying to mark it with some sort of paint. So this is our first Bike the Drive. We had two main goals for today. One was to be able to complete the entire 30-mile circuit, and then also to avoid the rain. We were at a decent risk of rain today. So we're almost halfway done though, so that's good. Okay, so we stopped off. We're back here at Butler Field, part of Grant Park, I believe. Ah, here's the VIP section over here. I was wondering about that. They charge an extra $50 for the VIP. I was wondering if it was worth it. Can't even see the top of some of those buildings there. So we are 15 miles in, we're halfway through, so now all that's left is to make our way back to Lakeshore Drive, start heading north, make our way to the northernmost end, and then start making our way back. You do have to watch out for potholes and stuff on Lakeshore Drive, but other than that, it's been a good ride. There's been a lot of people here. We're seeing a lot of e-bikes, saw a bunch of e-trikes. So far, so good. Okay, so we are officially heading north on Bike the Drive. Make our way to Bryn Mawr and then make our way back to Butler Field, which is over this way. Definitely more people here now than there were right when we started. Thank you. Okay, so we made it to Bryn Mawr Road here. This is the northern end of Bike the Ride. So all we have left is 7.5 miles south back to Butler Field where we started. 75% done. As you can see, they just have the on-ramp to get onto Lakeshore Drive here, completely closed off. So tons of restrooms, tons of people here. The tables for shirts and snacks are down this way over here. Lots of people stopping to take a break. If you weren't interested in taking a break here, they did have a way where you can just go down this way and turn around on Lakeshore Drive without ever actually getting off of it, without taking the exit ramp on the northern end. So far we've been able to avoid rain, so I'm very happy about that. It's still quite humid out, but we're talking like 70 degrees, so it's definitely not warm. Okay, so let's make our way back. Okay, so we are on the final leg heading south. As you can see here, there's a pretty big gap between big groups of riders. Let's take a look behind us. So really, you just gotta watch out for the potholes. Other than that, you have all lanes available, except when you're near I-55. They still have one lane for each of the entrance ramps. There are riders of all sizes here. and there are an absolute ton of e-bikes, a ton of them. Lots of people enjoying Bike the Drive who wouldn't otherwise be able to go 30 miles. So if you've never done Bike the Drive before and you're a bicyclist or an e-biker, I highly recommend you check this out. It is a ton of fun. There's a ton of like-minded people. It's been very safe, no issues, which I'm pleased with. They have ambulances on standby, police all over the place, free snacks, free water. Okay, well, as you saw, my hopes for being able to avoid the rain were dashed by being caught in rain. So we are at the end here, 30 miles into our adventure today. Unfortunately, the rain did catch up with us. There's still a lot of people riding. Right now it's 9:08 a.m. So we started right when it started at 6:30, and we stopped on each side.
My original goal was to check out every one of these tents, but the rain interfered with that, so we only went to the 30-mile challenge tent to pick up our medals. And unfortunately, there was a long line for that. We were in line in the rain for about 20 minutes before we got our medals. So my overall impressions? I think it's pretty awesome. This is definitely something we're going to do every year. We're probably going to end up making a weekend out of it and stay that weekend in downtown Chicago. If we get better weather next year, I'd really like to try and visit every single tent and also maybe try the VIP experience to let you guys know what that was like. And lastly,
it's shout out time.
My first shout out goes out to Jason Schneider. Thanks for the heads up on Bike the Drive. If you guys are aware of any other events I should check out, let me know. My second Bike the Drive shout out goes out to this e-biker here. While we were heading north, my wife hit a pothole and her rear flasher fell off. This guy was behind us, he stopped, turned around, went and got it, and then raced back to catch up to us to give it to us. I didn't get his name, but thanks a lot. So let me know what you think of Bike the Drive in the comments below. If you've ridden Bike the Drive before and you have some tips to share, please let me know. As always, if you enjoy this content, please be sure to share, like, and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel grow. So that's all I got for Bike the Drive 2022. I'll catch you on the next ride. Do you have a trail recommendation for me? Let me know in the comments below.